a hot 40-some laps, 3 stages, 1 and 200 pit stops in your stages. They just got them qualifying. Sludge is your pole sitter. Robbie Race is sitting second next to him. Typical taking a third spot. Billy Holcomb fourth. Dark Knight fifth. Jay Tizzle sixth. Portal Guy 7, and Wide Open just jumped in, and he did not qualify, so he'll be taking up the last spot in 8th place. Pole Sitter ran a lap time of 1:18.570, and 7th place ran a lap time of 1:22.927. So only about a 2-second gap on these guys between the first and the back of the field here. So going to be an interesting race. Mid-Ohio is going to be introduced into the NASCAR League next year for the first time, so we're all beating that before they get in there. So if you want to see what the track looks like, if you want to see how the track handles and the elevation changes, too? Yeah, I'm live right now.
You are? Alright.
Yeah.
I'm about to go live, and I can go live now if you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm live. I'm just waiting for the invite for the room.
Alright,
so,
I'm gonna talk about it.
You want to see the elevation changes in the track layout since it's new to the NASCAR League? Go ahead and watch on FTR Racing or Eagles channel on YouTube or my channel. Obviously, if you're on, right, you're watching anyway. So
you just said join. Alright, I understood it.
I need an invite,
yep.
buddy.
I'm gonna get you in 5 seconds, and whenever it jumps up on the channel, then I'll start the introduction. We can get going. Hold on. There it is. Alright, welcome back, guys. Hotside Broadcasting coming back to you guys live once again. Hey, it's been a while. This is the first time we're doing a legit broadcast for a legit racing league, FTR. So the last time I did a broadcast wasn't super legit. We have got 2 series now. It's a great league, and I'm excited. But we got to get started. I'm going to go ahead and get Bubba the invite. I'm going to jump in the lobby real quick. My thing's lagging, so let me get in the lobby real quick, and I'll make sure to get Bubba an invite. But speaking of which, I got Bubba in the chat with us tonight. So, Bubba, what's going on with you?
What's going on? The Eagles just got done running the B-League race. It was interesting to see how the track loosened up and everything. So, thanks for having me up in your booth tonight.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Right now, just so you know.
We have a problem. This is an issue. So, I'm live, and I'm in the lobby, and it's frozen.
Oh, really?
This is the first time I'm broadcasting.
Alright, well, the leaders 1, 2, and 3 are all off the track at turn 2, which leaves Dark Knight in first place, taking over the lead, who started 4th. Billy Holcomb's running 3rd. Jay Tizzle's running 2nd right now. And that second turn coming off of that big finger, it's you gotta know your braking points. Billy Holcomb just got hit in the back end.
This is a problem. I can't. Are you in the lobby? You're not in the lobby.
I never got an invite. I'm just on Dark Knight and Billy's stream.
This is a problem. It's just frozen, and it's gonna stop the broadcast if I restart the application, and I have no other invites.
Oh, Jesus. Well, A-League's going to have a boring broadcast. Billy Holcomb's in the grass coming into the big U-turn before the final turn.
For God's sake, this new PlayStation's been nothing but frickin' problems.
Billy Holcomb overtaking Jay Tizzle, moving into 2nd place. Dark Knight still in 1st. They got 9 laps to go in stage 1, requiring 1 pit stop. And you'll notice if you watch.
Oh wait, I got it. I know what the issue was. All right, I'm an idiot. Hold on, my controller.
Making a move on Billy Holcomb right now.
All right, guys. Difficulties. It was not technical difficulties. It was Eagles being a frickin' idiot. I loaded in in the game under my wheel and tried joining the lobby on my controller.
Yeah, that was it. Sludge makes a pass on Billy Holcomb for 2nd place. Dark Knight's still 1st place. So right now your 1, 2, 3 so as you load in is going to be Dark Knight, Sludge, and Billy Holcomb. And it looks like there's a pretty considerable gap behind 3rd and 4th place.
So I'm in the lobby, and you know what I didn't do?
We already lost somebody. Did you go live?
Yeah, I'm live, and I'm in the lobby. But you know what I didn't do?
What's that?
Send you an invite.
No, I'm in. I got it.
Oh, you're in.
Yep,
All
that
right,
stream
good.
is rolling.
Eagles is an idiot. We are. This is. I haven't broadcasted in a couple months. That's going to be my excuse. There's really no excuses. We're in. We're alive. We're racing. And is Sludge battling for the lead right now? You got Billy Holcomb up in the mix. Looks like Dark Knight right there as well. I believe that's Dark Knight in Dark Knight.
Dark Knight's getting passed by Sludge right now.
And
We
Sludge
already lost Typical, who was our second or third place qualifier.
Oh wow, Typical lagging out early. It looks. We know he's had lagging issues all day. When I was practicing with him, supposed to have an Ethernet cord, and it does not look like that has done much good for him tonight. But it looks like we got a good battle for the lead. Is Dark Knight surprisingly
Oh, Portal guy somebody got in the back of Portal guy. Let's see who that was. Wide Open and Portal guy get together. Now I think Wide Open's going to be a sleeper tonight because I think you're going to see him in fuel save mode because he's got that clutch. So he's going to try to make some pit strategies. He's the master of pit strategies. He's always running 2 or 3 laps longer than these guys. I think you're going to see Wide Open Racing pull something out of his hat tonight.
Yeah, you could see that. Wide Open is, probably an underdog most weeks. Nobody really looks at him as a super fast competitor, but each week he shows that he's able to contend. The only issue is with that theory there, Bubba, is there's rules against fuel saving in the league, so he can't really use advantage with the clutch.
Yeah, I think as long as he makes some pits, though, I think he's gonna be all right. I know they try to limit how you make that work, but I think we've discussed it, and some guys are able to stretch it a little further with the clutch, but as long as they're not going several laps, well, we'll see. I'm curious to see his pit strategy. We all know it's about 5 or 6. You'll get about 6 laps on a full tank. So if he stays out 1 or 2 more laps than other people, we know he's in fuel save mode. I know also if you're in fuel save mode, you can run about 9 laps on this tire wear, which are running 3 times wear tonight over here because of the distance in the track. We would only be able to run about 3.5 laps under a full tank on our normal 4 times wear. So we're going to stretch it out a little bit like we usually do for road courses and go ahead and so you're getting about 6 laps before you're running empty. So if somebody's running 7 or 8 laps, we'll see. That's where they're going to be in that fuel saving mode. So.
And there is a benefit with that. You stay out longer, you're going to lose time because of guys short pitting. We all know there's a big advantage. You go in the pits, you short pit, you come out, and you come out way ahead of the guys. But the advantages of staying out those extra laps, you have much fresher tires. Fresher tires means faster, and as we all know, over a course of a long run, you do end up running that car down. It's really just, are you looking to get the lead shortly coming out of the pits, or are you looking to kind of, be faster throughout the run? And most, whenever you're doing a long 50% race like this, you want to be faster throughout the run. So most guys, they stretch their tank as far as they possibly can, but then if you're fuel saving, you do lose speed. So you're probably going to see a lot of guys not going to be fuel saving, but just because, they have maximum pits that you have to run. I think you have to pit first, 1 time in the first 2 stages and twice in the 3rd stage. I might be wrong on that.
No, that is correct. Yep, you're good.
Yeah, so saving gas really won't have any benefit.
No, it didn't really work out. Short pitting might be the way to go because I know your left front gets beat up pretty well on a full tire. On a full tank, I had about 30% left. And it seemed to be about 10% a lap on your tire wear. So really, and once these tires wear, you got about 4 or 5 good laps. And then once it wears, it seems to just go. So
yeah, that's just like most tracks. You get 3 or 4 laps to it burns a couple percent per lap, but then it starts, burning 6, 7, 8, like this track 10, 15% per lap, which, you would think 50% a lap is a lot. Technically, it really is, per lap, but you got to think it's a road course. You only get, 6, 7 laps of gas, so 15%, you're not even going to be blowing a tire, at the end of the run, like you said. 30% left at the end of the run, tire wear really shouldn't be an issue for most of these guys, but it's really going to come down to speed, mistakes. I mean, Billy's hanging in sight with Sludge pretty well right now, I'd say. So, one mistake by Sludge really could give Billy the lead as he making up some time right there. Absolutely. These are clearly the 2 fastest guys at Mid-Ohio. But Sludge, the only one that's inside the top 5 on the all-time right now. So, with that being said, Sludge is
number 2 in the all-time, 1 or 2. You're up there first. Too, right? I was going to say, I know you're around there, right?
Sludge is first on the all-time. I want to
Right.
say McLovin is second, and I believe Billy's ninth. And
Yeah.
the guy that lagged out, you said typical, he's also on there. So a lot of very competitive guys on, in this league that's
Oh,
on the
as we said,
inside.
that Sludge is what? Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I thought Sludge went off the track. He's in the first green
First
flag
pit
pit
stops
stop.
of the day, it
I
looks.
had him on the overhead, and then he literally drove right off the track. I was like, oh no, as we say that. So we're under green flag pit stops, guys, over here in YouTube land.
Most guys, looks like they're making their pit stops this lap.
Yeah, which is actually, yeah, you'll be able to get that because once you pass. But I found if I ran my tank, when I cross start finish, I had one lap left. I was able to make it all the way to the pit. So I think I did 6 and then 5 on the second one of the first pit stop. So, but since Robbie hard into the wall, hard into the wall over there.
Oh, yeah, big collision right there. And
Literally,
Robbie Racing, a ton of damage.
he made a hard right and head on into them tire walls.
And like I said, mistakes gonna be key, and Robbie Racing fast, probably the third or fourth fastest guy in this race. Probably fifth or sixth in the overall league, with some guys obviously not making the race tonight. You seen typical with the lag out, but that's going to be costly for Robbie. I kind of missed it. I'm not sure if he made pits already. We'll see.
No,
There's
he's
my
going
answer.
in
He's
there.
going into
Yep.
pits right now, yeah. So, big break or big costly mistake there for the 6-car Robbie Racing. Who does that put in the lead
We
with
still
pit
have
stops?
Sludge in the lead still, yep. With a pretty decent, probably about 4-second lead over Billy, who's running second place right now. And Dark is still in third. So we got Sludge, Billy Holcomb, Dark, Jay Tizzle, wide open rounding out the top 5. And as I said, that Dark Knight makes a little bit of an error and comes off the track. Jay Tizzle's 1.5 seconds behind Dark, but Billy's got an 11-second on Dark and 15-second for Sludge on Dark. So Billy and Sludge are walking away. 1 and 2 are pretty. And Sludge made the turn into the turn 1 here.
So doing a scroll through the field right here, you can see Portal Guy running all by himself, nobody even near him, but it does look like he's hitting his marks, like you said earlier about wide open. The quote-unquote fuel-saving guy, looks like he's running smooth, doesn't have any damage on his car. The race leader, Sludge, with a pretty good gap now, looks like he's going to start pulling away, dominating this race, as nobody looks like he's going to have anything for Sludge. Really, the race for the most playoff points right now is between the 5 of Sludge and the 88 of Billy, mostly getting wins. Wins in this league is huge because of playoff points that carry it over into the playoffs. Guys usually look, they want to get up in the standings and the points, but when you look at the big picture, it really all comes down to playoff points. And Sludge and Billy have done a great job of collecting those. They've been fast all season. I'm still waiting to get my first win. It's definitely not going to come tonight. I think second 2 weeks in a row. And now I'm in the broadcast booth with Bubba.
Yeah, and Sludge, as we speak, Sludge has a 5-second lead over Billy right now. So
yeah,
he's sitting
statistic,
comfortable.
man. Yeah.
Absolutely comfortable. I found it was better to be around nobody and just run your race, because once I think my whole race I didn't even have the lap counter or the ticker up there, because once I focused on how far or how behind somebody was on me, I started to really lose my focus and overdrive the turns. So that's a huge thing.
One thing I'm noticing is there's a lot of guys that are not in this race tonight.
Yeah, it's a really small field, only 8 people. Usually we're running 12 or 13 people in this league. So I'm curious if it's just a road course fear, or if there was. I know a lot of these guys are starting to get hit with some nasty weather. I know we had a guy miss the B League race because he lost power because of the weather. So I'm curious if that's got something to do with it as well. But right now we're riding along with Sludge, checking this out. Nice and smooth.
Yeah, looking at who should be in the race tonight. 2 heavy hitters that are not in this race tonight are Heavy and War. Both of them not in the race tonight. I don't see Memphis in there either. Typical lagged out, obviously. I don't see Rub on him in the field.
Now, Rub, I do know that Rub has an issue with road courses. When we did the Indy Roval, God bless Rub, man. We keep telling NASCAR they need to send my man a sponsorship or send my man a wheel stand, because When we did Indy Roval, Rub actually duct taped his foot to the pedal because he kept slipping off of the gas. Because Rub is in a wheelchair, and he literally, and where we're on ovals, it's cool. All he's got to do is lift and push down. But to move from foot, from brake to gas and lift and readjust and all that. So he actually, before the race, had his wife duct tape his foot to the gas pedal. So that's dedication right there.
Yeah, that's just the urge to want to race, but it's really interesting that he chose to race the Indy Roval and a track that not, why wouldn't he run Mid Ohio? Because we all know Indy Roval with the penalties and stuff, the ridiculous amount of penalties. You touch a curb, it's just a really difficult track to run. The track itself isn't that difficult. It's just NASCAR made it impossible to race at, or NASCAR made it impossible to race at, and this track doesn't have as much issues. It's just there's much more evolution changes here. Same issue with like Sonoma. You could always go to the controller, but some guys, they just can't do the controller. Like, oh, Jay Tizzle off track a little bit there.
I'm one of them guys that cannot do a controller.
Yeah, some people they can't do controller. I can do controller or the wheel. I'm on the wheel now.
Okay.
But I like the controller. But to note, our top two runners right now, one's on controller, that'd be Sludge, and Billy's on a wheel. So it really does.
A lot of guys do like to make the switch when they do road courses.
Yeah, so like Billy, he runs his wheel, but Sludge is 100% controller. So, right there you got the two fastest guys in this race. One wheel, one controller. So, as you said, the end of stage one looks like Sludge is a stage winner again. That hurts Billy in the playoff battle.
Yes, it does.
Playoff point battle, because that is a playoff point in Sludge's hands right now. But we all know Sludge is here to win the race.
It's Sludge, Billy, Dark Knight, Jay Tizzle, Wide Open, Portal Guy. Robbie Racing's a lap down, so I wonder if he had an issue or if he lagged out. We'll find out.
He's still in the race.
Robbie Racing is still in there, yep. So that accident really hurt him, but the good thing is with such a small field, he's going to get that back and still get some stage points. So the benefit of being a smaller field of the night. And we're going green.
And we will actually see our first restart here, because we missed the very opening restart, and small field likely won't be any cautions.
Making a hard right to dive and try to make a move.
And Billy gonna send it in under that curb, under that apron right there, cutting the track a little bit. Or that was Sludge, wasn't it?
That was Sludge. Yeah, Sludge took that.
They're in the same freaking paint scheme.
Yeah, they are.
Billy looking to make the move, but you can't touch that curb, and there's contact between Wide Open and Dark. Two of, let me quote, of the most aggressive drivers in the A-League. Making contact right there. We know you cannot hit that curve in 1 and 2. You cannot hit that curve in 1 and 2 because it bounces your car around.
The best part about it is there's an actual glitch. If you hit that turn, you hit them rumble strips, your screen actually flickers. I don't know if you've noticed that, but if you hit them rumble strips on the inside, the screen jumps.
Yeah, certain rumble strips really can upset your car. Like the one in turns 1 and 2, you touch it, and you almost go on 2 wheels, but like the rumble strips that they just went through right there, you use those to turn.
Yes,
so it's really interesting. It's really interesting, but they're going into a very fast part of the racetrack, but they're going to start having to probably go into the slowest part of the racetrack around this final 2 turns here. Billy looking low to make the move. He's all over Sludge. He could force him to make a mistake, or Sludge pulled way ahead of Billy. Not sure if Billy made a mistake there, because now Sludge has a nice gap.
So I just switched over to Billy's stream, and he got real loose. He drifted through that turn coming in. So he got on the gas too quick and broke tires.
Like I said, you used that apron to turn, but it looked like you got on the apron a little too much.
Absolutely. We'll ride back here with our last place car, Robbie Ray. Oh, no, he's not last place. He's running 7-6 right now. Make our way through the field on the broadcast. There's Dark Knight. We're also live on his stream. He's currently running 3rd. So it's still Sludge, Billy Holcomb, Dark Knight, Portal Guy, Wide Open running at the top 5. But it actually looks like Wide Open made the pass and got around Portal Guy there. No, I'm wrong. Portal guy driving my favorite car because I'm a fat, hefty man. Running that 47 Hungry Jack car. Everybody loves pancakes. Oh, somebody's winding to the grass there. Let's see who that was. Wide open getting in the grass. They're cutting the... If the B League didn't mow the grass down, A League's definitely making up for what we missed.
So I'm going to go ahead and scroll through the field once again here. We finally get to see Robbie racing with a clean hood after making hard contact in the wall. Running down, I believe that's Portal Guy ahead of him fairly quickly.
It sure is in the 47 car.
Billy is not letting Sludge get away, though, for the race lead. As we got good battling going on further back in the pack here. You got Dark with probably a second or so on Portal and Robbie, but they're battling behind him. They're probably not going to catch him very fast battling like that. Jay Tizzle takes a trip through the grass. Ton of rhyming words right there. I promise you I'm not rapping. You got Portal Guy, you got Robbie Racing. I can't speak tonight. Going at it right now for, I'm not sure what position that would be.
Robbie
the bumper to the back of the...
Yep.
Bumper to the back of the 47.
Here. Let's watch the drone, see how the drone goes.
And I
Robbie
will
making
say...
a little power move. He's going to complete. He does complete. Portal Guy gets the spot up nice and clean.
There was a little bit of drama between these two drivers. I heard it firsthand last week. They got into an argument during the race. Robbie had some words for Portal, calling him I'm not gonna say what he called him, but Robbie had some words for Portal Guy. Portal complained about what Robbie was doing on the racetrack. I actually didn't see the incident, so I can't really explain what happened. All I know is I believe one got into the other, and the other wasn't happy about it. There's always two sides to a story on the racetrack, and
Absolutely.
All I know is they weren't very happy with each other. I want to say neither of them finished. I'm not sure, though.
I'm just to throw it out there right now, Sludge has a 4-second lead over Billy Holcomb and an 8-second lead over the third place car, Dark Knight. So I think Dark is running third. Yep.
They're not Dark. Sludge is definitely dominating this race at this point.
Absolutely. I think you're going to see a clean sweep on the stages here too. We had that over there in the B League. Chargers swept everything, just dominated that whole race. That's the spot to be though. In P1, let everybody else try to catch you. You could just settle into your groove. You don't got to push the car any faster or any harder than you know the car.
Oh, you got Portal getting loose. He about spun it out. He's going to give the spot up to the 62 a wide open. That's a way to take a spot without having to really earn it. Portal just made a mistake, and Wide Open took advantage of it.
That's what this track is, man. Capitalize on everybody's mistake. Right now, we got Robbie Racing making a hard push on Dark Knight. Riding on the overhead cam.
Making his way through the field. We know these two are good buddies.
Robbie's not fast enough. Dark Knight's nice and through.
These two are good buddies. Robbie is one of the most patient racers in the league, racing one of the most aggressive racers in the league. We know Dark doesn't give up any spots. He's definitely going to pinch you the turn. Very smooth line by the 6-car Robbie. But how patient does a pacing driver be with a non-pacing driver?
You're in this track. I found you're waiting for them to make a mistake. You're gonna hit them rumble strips wrong coming into turn one, and you're gonna break loose, or you're bound to make an error somewhere. So you kind of do, and there it is. Dark breaks real hard. Robbie closes that gap hard, but has to get back on it later. Coming into
Robbie's definitely faster right now. It's just he's being slowed down. But how do you make the pass?
Yeah, you almost gotta if you can't get around them, because and there it is. There's that mistake I'm talking about. Somebody's better make a mistake, and it's all about capitalizing on it. Now Dark's gonna stretch that gap out.
Robbie made, I believe he missed the entrance to the turn, and I'm not sure if he got loose or missed his exit. He definitely did something. And Robbie missing the turns here towards the end of the lap, so it looks like he's doing well in some turns and not so well in others. As Billy will be the first one to pit, and he'll barely be good on gas. As I cannot believe my eyes, the Steelers and Chiefs are 0-0 at the end of the first quarter.
So we got Portal Guy, Jay Tizzle, Robbie. I think Robbie stayed out. Big break for, tough break for the 24. That's a
Yeah,
you hate to
it's
see
gonna
that
hurt him in
happen.
points. He's another guy that's up there in playoff points. He's won a few races this season, but because of issues like this, has knocked him down in the standings.
Yeah. And
He should get last place points
this
though.
late in the season too, it really hurts. You know, as we see Billy overdrove the corner, coming a little bit into 2 and 3,
He's
had
closing
to
back
jam the
up on
brakes
Dark, but
real
he's coming up
hard.
on the spot where he made the mistake. He doesn't make the same mistake.
Dark's gonna pit this lap, so you'll see either Robbie pit with him or Robbie take the spot.
You probably can't go much further than this lap, so I imagine they both pit right here.
Yeah,
And Dark is pitting, and so is Robbie.
there you
And
go.
Robbie's on his tail.
There's Robbie J Tizzle coming in the little S turns and the elevation change. I will tell you, Eagles, I do like the elevation changes because it really, if you get on the accelerator too quick, the back end of the car gets out and gets real sloppy. So I found there was a certain part where I had to I upshifted the third gear early, so that way I had the traction to get through the little S bends on the elevation changes. I'm curious. I'm excited to see how it plays out in the actual NASCAR league and see how this track really messes with these guys.
Yeah, those guys that we were just watching between Robbie and Dark, they're coming out of the pits right about now, I believe, as I'm watching Billy, and Billy has a couple seconds on them, and Billy is a couple seconds behind the leader. I would say it's pure domination by Sludge, and you got Jay Tizzle in the grass
Jay
again.
Tizzle trying to make a move around wide. Wide came out of that pit entrance real wide. Hence his name.
Yeah.
Let's put, I know a lot of people have expressed some strong feelings towards Wide because he's known to be aggressive too. So we'll see. We're gonna see how this all plays out.
Yeah, and I ain't the only one to say that, you know what I mean? I've actually heard it from at least six, maybe more drivers in the league complaining about it, and it was an issue at a track like Darlington, you know, where the car isn't quite as fast as some of the other guys, and you stay in the way, you know, guys are checking up for you, running into each other in your car. You just gotta have some racer etiquette, move out of the way. Some guys are good at that. You know, some guys are, you know, they go a lap down, they move out of the way. Some guys, they have a slower car, they move over, they let you go. Maybe they'll race you, but they're not gonna just be a complete, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, roadblock, but that's not really the word I'm looking for, but it's all about racer etiquette, you know what I mean? That's how you make friends in the league, and I would just say there's been plenty of guys that have had an issue with Wide, you know, just not having that racer etiquette, and, you know, it does bite you when nobody wants to work with you, so you go to a super speedway race and, you know, but it's just the fact of, you know, having racer etiquette, you know, and I go through the field and I look at some of these guys, like, you know, I look at, you know, Sludge. He's gotten into a couple, and I'm definitely one to talk, right? But Sludge has gotten into a couple guys this season, right? And he's fast, but he's almost not even aggressive. He makes mistakes sometimes, gets into people, and you know it's just racing. But then I go and I look at, you know, a guy like Robbie with a completely different background, one of the cleanest, most patient drivers in NASCAR. You know, and I would say Sludge is a little faster than Robbie. This race proves my point. But Robbie makes a whole lot more friends than Sludge does. And then you look at a guy like myself. I haven't wrecked anybody this season except for Billy at Darlington. Me and him talked about it. We but say you look at a guy like me who hasn't wrecked anybody all season, but you get aggressive, you get into somebody, and it just, people get different outlooks at you, right?
They do.
So,
they do.
Yeah, so there's an aggressive outlook. There's like the dirty, you know, there's like a dirty, aggressive, you know, driver. I don't know what I'm saying.
Well, you got your different calibers. Like in this A league, you've got guys that drive aggressively but drive clean.
There's like,
and then there's guys that don't know how to
clean.
drive clean and use other people as brakes and turns. And then, you know what I
there's
mean?
like
So
neutral.
they outdrive their talent a lot, you know, sometimes. So.
Yeah, there's neutral, and you're either neutral or you're on the left or right side of neutral. You're either neutral or you're aggressive or you're clean. And I go
Yeah.
through and I look at this league and I see all different kinds of guys. You know, Dark, he's definitely one of the more aggressive guys, but you go look at Robbie, he's one of the more clean guys. J Tizzle, one of the more clean guys, but I have to put him in neutral. You know, guys make mistakes, you know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Portal, you know, you go look, you know, we talked about Wide and, you know, Sludge, he's clean, he makes mistakes sometimes. You know, just like I've made mistakes, I've gotten into people, but when you're in a competitive league like FTR is, you look, everybody's in a pack. In most places, it's a road course, but go watch the Homestead race or the Darlington race, or you can go back further. You know, the bigger tracks where everybody's in a pack. Somebody's gonna make a mistake and get into somebody.
Absolutely.
So
Somebody's
it's all
going to get
about
pushed
give and
down
take.
a little bit, hit the apron, come back up, and throw you. You know, and
Yeah, it's all
it's
about
also about
give
being
and take.
humble too, because if that does happen, it's I apologize, and if it caused a spot loss, some guys will give that spot back because they know they made the error, and they're not going they don't. A lot of these guys in this league don't like taking a spot like that. So you'll see guys actually, if you watch the streams, you wonder why this guy just has been dominating over this car and ran him down, and then all of a sudden they let the car go by. Chances are they made an error, doored him, pushed him into the wall, or what have you, and said, "Yo, take your spot back. I'm not going to take it that way. Let me race you clean."
Yeah, so it's really just about different guys. Oh, I believe that's the stage end.
Yup, stage
But
ended.
the Sludge has swept both stages. But back to like what we were talking about, it's all about different etiquette. You're in a big pack, it's all about give and take. And when you give and you don't take, or when you take and you don't give, guys start to get different opinions about you. And it's whenever you're in a league where there's no competition, you don't really need to have etiquette. But when you're in a league like FTR, per se, and everybody's in a pack at the bigger tracks, you have to have etiquette because you make one mistake, you get into somebody, and you don't say anything.
Yeah,
Or you make a mistake, you get into somebody, and it's their fault.
Yup.
Or you make a
Yeah.
mistake and you get into somebody, you apologize. There's three different, looks at it. Like, you can go into the B League. Say enough about the A League, you can go into the B League and say, JD. When JD gets into somebody, he apologizes.
Yep.
Almost everybody in the B League does not have an issue with JD. Everybody likes JD. Now I don't want to call anybody out, but like say, there's some other guys in the B League that get into somebody and, it's that person's fault. And it's
100%.
just, yeah.
We
And
had an issue with that a couple
a
races
couple
ago,
guys.
and it became a
Yeah,
thing. So real
and
quick
it's a couple guys.
before we start stage 3, let me just round out the field. We got Sludge taking the spot, Billy Holcomb second, Robbie Racing was third, Dark Knight was fourth, Wide Open fifth, Portal Guy sixth, and Jay Tizzle seventh.
Robbie's made his way up to third. I'm not sure if he qualified or something because he kind of spent all day in the back of the field, but he's up to third. We'll see if Robbie has anything to hang with these top two guys. That Sludge, not a good restart. Wide Open's going to get by him for second, and this is where we were talking about. He made a mistake.
That's it.
He made
See
a
what
mistake
I mean?
into
You
the
wait for that
sand.
mistake, and with these cold tires, that turn 2 and 3 is a monster on the restarts. Absolute monster. But now I think what you're going to see is you're going to see Sludge really just walk down Billy. Without a doubt, he's going to walk Billy down.
Yeah, so like I was saying, when Wide Open got up to second at Darlington, there was guys behind him that was faster. I was gonna say, let's see if you let Sludge by, but Sludge waited. Wide Open made the mistake, but Sludge was able to take second. Now he got the battle for the lead. He's caught Billy. He's clearly faster than Billy is. But if they get if he makes an over aggressive mistake, he could get into Billy,
100%.
and Robbie could take the lead.
Or you could see Billy overdrive a corner or brake too early, or because of the pressure. Now Billy hasn't had any pressure on him yet this race. So
yep, and Sludge has had the lead almost all race, so now we're actually going to see a battle for the lead. How long can Billy hang on to it? And if they make a big enough mistake, I'm telling you, Robbie could come out with the lead.
Absolutely. As we said, we got somebody plowing the grass.
And he looked low, but Billy's going to take the run off.
Way off track.
Oh, we got Dark way off track.
I wonder if they got. Yep. Let's see if it's too late. Dark overshot the turn hard. Allowed Portal Guy and wide open.
Oh, you can definitely see Billy is sending it into the turns harder, and Sludge is in the bumper to the back of Billy. And Sludge.
That's what I was saying, man. You're going to see Billy starting to really drive this thing into the corners and try to close that gap on the inside corner.
Sludge is all over him. Sludge sending it in again. He's already got into the back of Billy twice.
But Billy's playing it smart. Billy's cutting that inside corner out and not getting the room. You know, not giving Sludge the room to get by, which is smart. Even if you got to end up in the grass a little bit, just like Billy just did, and you know that's you'll see Billy on all his turns really cut that inside corner early and take that lane up.
You can clearly see Billy is sending it into the turn much harder.
100%.
But so he's faster going into the turn. You see him pull away, but then coming out of the turn, you see Sludge run right up on him. Like right here, watch this. Billy gonna send it way into the turn. He's pulling away from Sludge.
He sent it too much. Send it too hard. That's the pressure. You got the pressure. You know what I mean?
He sent it in too much. Sludge had the run off. Sludge took the spot.
Oh, and wide open.
And here's Robbie.
Dark and wide open got together. Dark spinning around wide open.
Oh, what I say? When you got two aggressive guys going at it, something's got to give, and when nothing gives, that happens time and time again.
Absolutely.
And now Portal trying to take the spot from Dark. And right there, I believe Dark gave it to him. But he's gonna send it in. He ain't done battling with him. Maybe he just, that's good battling there between the two. And bumper to the back of the 47
car. This is the kind of race that we like to see, though. You're not running each other out. As we said, it looks like wide open is way into the kitty litter, allowing Jay Tizzle to make
now from an announcer's point of view, we kind of want to see them wreck each other.
Absolutely, 100%. It makes these courses a lot more interesting. So
it does, but from their point of view, they all want etiquette. From our point of view, wreck. Oh, and there's a mistake by Portal, and there's Dark taking the spot. And Jay Tizzle as well. As I believe Sledge is setting sail somewhat on Billy, as Robbie's hanging in there. Robbie could potentially become a third for second.
Yeah, that's a good possibility. I don't know if Robbie's got enough, though. We'll see.
They have about the same gap between the three? Yeah, they're all probably about the same gap difference.
So, Billy and Robbie are about...
Ooh, Robbie was really good through those turns. You see that?
I do. Robbie's got a 1 second deficit on Billy. So Billy's got a 1 second lead on Robbie. And Sludge is probably about a second and a half ahead of the two of them, which is fine. Sludge wants to see them two battling for that spot because it's going to allow him to just keep walking away from them a tenth of a second at a time.
Some of these turns, man, I'm telling you, Robbie sends it in and he gets all over Billy. We could see a battle for second. Robbie definitely the more patient. Yeah, Robbie's definitely the more patient one, but he's up to second, the furthest he's been up in the whole race.
Yeah. Oh, Billy way in the grass on turn one. Robbie wasn't able to capitalize, but that was the spot he wanted to do it. And the other thing I found, once you make a mistake, it takes you a little bit to get your rhythm back. It kind of throws you off. So let's see, Robbie's trying to make the move underneath. Billy didn't close that gap all the way. He wasn't able to complete the pass, but that's what I'm saying. Like once you make one mistake, it kind of throws your whole plan off because it's like, how did I do that? Where you got to kind of mentally reset yourself and talk yourself back into it. Like drive the track, not the cars around.
That's true. When you make a mistake, you get out of what the racers call the zone. And when you're in the zone, you're really not paying attention to what you're doing. You're just hitting your marks every turn, every lap until you make a mistake, and then you're out of that zone for however long it takes. Sometimes, like me, sometimes you don't even get back in the zone for the whole rest of the race, and then mistakes.
Yeah, yep.
But I want you guys to pay attention to this. So you see the way these guys are racing. Whenever they send it into a turn, I want you to pay attention to sending it into the turn and coming out of the turn. The harder you send it into the turn, the slower you're going to come out. And like I was saying with Billy and Sludge, Billy was sending it in, so he was pulling away from Sludge going into the turn, but coming out, Sludge would have the momentum down each straightaway and coming out of the turn, and he was faster. So pay attention right here as we go into this sharp turn right here between Billy and Robbie. So you're going to see Billy send it in.
which is hard on a break, shooting way high in a turn.
And look at that. You see how much Robbie gained? But coming out, Billy had the momentum. So Billy sent it in harder, costed himself in the center of the turn. You guys seen in the center of the turn where Robbie caught up to him? But Billy had the momentum down the straightaway. So right here, Billy's gonna send it into the turn. Robbie checked up, and look at that gap difference right there.
And ready,
Billy sent it in again. Look at that. Look at that. He's all over the bumper. And coming out of the turn, Robbie's there. See what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
It's
the overhead on that, because this is good driving between these two.
It's really which one has the most benefit. Do you want to send it in, or do you want to have the momentum going in or coming out? Billy has it going in. Robbie has it going out, which is why you see Billy is better towards this part of the track right here. The last couple turns, Billy is better. But you guys see where Robbie caught him, Robbie was better, right?
Yep. And the other thing, remember, you kind of want, like, if you got somebody behind you, you kind of want to put the pressure on entering the turn, because if you brake too soon and don't take that inside line away, that's where they're going to slingshot and dive bomb the inside corner. They'll sacrifice a tenth of a second or a couple miles an hour on the exit of the turn to complete that pass in the beginning of the turn, and it actually throws you off and blocks you. So, and as we saw when Billy was racing for the lead, he came out and coming out of turn one when he broke loose. That's how he lost that huge. Sludge was able to make that huge gap on him in the last.
And
stage.
Look at that, Robbie beat him coming out. Billy went into the pits ahead of Robbie, and they came out, and Robbie has probably a full second on Billy. And now we will see who is faster. Robbie could run down Billy, but couldn't get by him. We'll see if Robbie can pull away, or if Billy can catch him. We may not even see Billy get a top two for the first time in a while. Usually he's, first or second.
Yeah, it has been a couple of races. Oh, Billy cutting the grass a little bit. We're riding with the in-car camera. They listen to the motor. What do they call it in NASCAR? Crank it up? We're going to crank it up right now, boys. He's closing that gap. He's definitely closing that gap on Robbie, but
it's really all about certain parts of the track. Those last couple turns, I swear, is Robbie's worst enemy. He screws up, and Billy catches him, but we are entering the part of the track where Robbie is better. You will see right here, Billy sends it in. Look, he's all over the six. He sends it in, but right in the center of the turn, you're going to see Billy lose the momentum. See? Center of the turn, and Robbie pulls off, and they're kind of even down the straightaway.
I'm curious to see how much of a gap Sludge has, because right now, Billy running third place has a 20-second gap to fourth place.
So you can clearly see the difference in speed between first and then second and third and then on.
Yeah, we're riding in the in-car cam with Robbie, and we can't even see Sludge anywhere. So Sludge has probably got 35 to 40 seconds lead on the fourth place car. Yeah, Sludge is entering the turn for the pits, and these guys are nowhere to be seen. Sludge is entering turn one right now. Let's see how long before Billy enters turn one. Right now. So you're talking, Sludge has probably got a 30-second gap on the entire field, which is incredible. Robbie's into the grass, losing the spot.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Way
Robbie,
hard.
A huge mistake. I don't even know what happened there, but he lost a ton of ground. And the mistakes, Billy's going to take second. Wow.
That's that.
I don't even know what happened.
That broadcaster curse.
Yeah, commentator curses, we used to call it. Billy would do that every week to somebody. And it's just, I don't know. I mean, a mistake. It's simple. It's just a mistake. Now, he ain't too far behind Billy. If he's faster, he can run him down. We are in the part of the track where Robbie is much better. But we're soon going to be entering, like, I would say right about here is where Robbie starts to struggle.
Yeah.
That was a good turn right there, but these last couple sets of S's and turns and stuff right up through here are, you know, really what I'd say the worst part of the track is for Robbie. Right there, here. As he's almost into the grass right there.
Well, he does hit the grass coming into the last turn.
He definitely does struggle through that part of the track time after time. I noticed they're cutting this area right here. I didn't even know that was legal.
Yeah, we all did it, but I'll tell you what, man, it's hard because you got to get on that brake pretty hard because if you hit the rumble strips, your wheel it'll take you 2 wheels off the ground. So it's almost like a sacrifice because you got to brake real hard to make that turn to save a tenth of a second on the guy behind you, or you got to shoot a little wider, or you risk hitting the rumble strips and going way wide and ended up into the infield grass there.
So I'm kind of scrolling through the field right now, just trying to see who has the best battle going on. They're all really spread apart, but wide open and Portal, they have probably a second, maybe 2 seconds gap between them. Everybody else, I mean, other than really Billy and Robbie, which is starting to get a gap between them two, everybody's really spread apart.
Yeah, it's pretty much single drivers at this point, just running their race.
You could see a late race caution. It's very unlikely with guys getting spread apart.
Yeah, especially with the restricted call, I don't see that happening. We went no cautions in ours, and you know how to.
You don't usually see a caution at a road course race. Typically, people would say, "Oh, it's a road course; it's going to be caution fest." But as long as you can get through the first 2 turns, usually guys start getting spread apart.
Every restart's where you get your cautions.
We should see one more pit stop left in this race, and Billy cut the grass quite a bit right there.
Robbie's closing that gap, though. Let's see how he makes out. This big straightaway for the power. Dark a little off the track, just a hair, nothing crazy. Enough to kill some momentum though. That 5th place closed a couple tenths of a second behind him. Jay Tizzle's into the pit, so we got some early green flag pit stops. I don't know how he's going to make it. I wonder if he's got some issues.
They should be coming to 6 to go, maybe coming to 7 to go.
Yeah, he put it early.
Who was it?
Jay Tizzle. Yeah, they got 7 to go out the line, so he went in with 8 to go. He's going to have to pit again unless he knows something we don't, because I don't know how you're running 8 laps. He pitted with 3 laps of fuel left on his ticker there.
He could be planning to pit. He could be planning to finish a lap down.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a benefit for all these guys.
Especially with the way Sludge is running, man.
It's a benefit for all these guys to just race, being there's only 8 guys in the race, 7 of them to finish right now. Just to race the race and get points is a benefit for all these guys because so many guys missed it.
Oh, absolutely. This is huge for guys that are low in points.
But yeah, for anybody interested in running a Monday Night League, me and Billy have our own series. As you guys can see, Billy making a pit stop right now. We have our own series. It is Custom Cup 50% times 4. We have a solid 14, 15 car roster right now. There's a bunch of guys on there. We're looking to have our second race tomorrow, so you're definitely not too late for the action. You just missed one race. It's not too big of a deal. So if anybody is interested in running that, you guys are more than welcome. Hit up Eagles 1548 underscore FTR, or as you guys can see on the screen, B Holcomb underscore FTR. That would be Billy Holcomb. And we'll make sure to get you guys in there. Anybody's invited. It's just a fun league. We're looking to have fun. So if anybody's interested in running that, doors open. And just a fun league. And Billy's coming out of the pits right now. Dark just passed him, so I doubt that's for position. Dark probably has not pitted yet.
Dark has not pitted yet. Dark is currently running third.
This is interesting. Because Dark hasn't pitted yet. And he has a lap on Billy. But does it really take you a full lap around this track to go through the pits? Could Dark end up coming out of the pits ahead of Billy? Wonder if Billy got a penalty.
It's possible, because
I don't think he did.
I really didn't lose any position when we were running, so we'll
no, he didn't. It was a normal pit stop.
Billy's running fourth right now.
Yeah, no, he was not
penalized. Second, so I'm curious. Our sixth car. Robbie Racing just now entering the pits, so Sludge is going to take the lead back. So our running order once they pass Sludge will be, or once they pass Robbie Racing.
There, Dark in the pits.
Sludge. Dark's going to enter. So Sludge, Billy, and Wide Open, because I think Wide Open pitted, but Wide Open is so far behind, it's not even, there's no competition there.
This race really isn't that too long of a race.
No, it's about an hour, about 58 minutes. And Sludge has got a 15-second lead over Billy right now.
My favorite part of broadcasting a race is after the race getting to talk to the drivers.
Yeah, so I like seeing what their strategy is and seeing, how the track changes and whatnot. So Jay Tiz is officially a lap down. It's the first time.
Told you that was the plan.
Yep, the first time anybody's seen the leader in this race, other than restarts.
Yeah, no, Sludge, he's fast with these road courses.
Dark way into the kitty litter on 2 and 3. Really killed his momentum. That's going to give the fifth place spot of Wide Open a huge advantage to catch up to him. Let's see how much that cut off. Not much of a gap. They actually gained time on Wide Open, so I wonder if Wide had something go on.
So I believe our top three is Sludge, Billy, and Robbie.
Correct. Dark Knight, Wide Open, Portal Guy at 4, 5, and 6.
I'm guessing Gage is on typical.
Yeah, yep.
That's your entire running order right there, then, guys.
Yeah,
I believe this is
it's pretty easy to
yeah, I believe this.
Running order.
Yeah, I believe this is the lowest amount of cars they've had all season.
Yeah, this is definitely the smallest field for sure. At least since I've been broadcasting. I know I joined the league a little late, but since I've been doing the broadcast, this is the smallest field I've seen. But the problem is everybody used their subs with Sonova and Indy Roval, and so
yeah.
You're this late in the season, you got no subs, and you can't do nothing about it. So not even if you start and park, you get points, but just to not show up, it really hurts.
Yeah, I actually haven't even used a sub yet, and I'll have a sub in for this race.
We got the only battle I see on the track is Portal and Wide Open right now. So we're gonna ride along with Portal Guy for a minute, see if anybody's behind Portal. Oh, Portal going way wide on the turn, trying to make that quick dive bomb move.
Nope, should be coming up on 4 or 5 to go. Oh, 3 to go. 3 to go.
There you go.
All right, guys, we got a tight battle for the lead. There's about 25 seconds between first and second. It's going to be a photo finish.
Yep. The second place has 39 seconds over fourth place, and 7 seconds between second and third. So as it stands, barring no lag, your finishing order is going to be number 1 of Sludge, number 2 of Billy, number 3 of Robbie, number 4 of Dark. But we'll see. Because Wide's 7.5 seconds behind Dark Knight, and who's 3.5 seconds behind Robbie Racing. So the top 4 guys are pretty comfortable in their running order, just barring no mistakes. As I say, that Dark Knight drives into the grass off of turn 1. Come on, Portal guy, make this move on wide. There is not another battle on the track at all. So we're gonna go right to the action with these two. See if with 2 laps left they're able to pull something off.
Yes, I'm kind of watching Sledge right now and just kind of following his motions through the turns. Just kind of watching exactly what he's doing, and you can kind of hear his engine and where his shift points are. And you can probably learn from that just by watching him probably through the broadcast.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I like to do the close-ups sometimes, just so you can hear the brake and the lift points. Because I know I've used those as references, looking at where they're at on the track or when they let off. You know, seeing if there's any cones or any signs or any kind of marker that I can say, all right, this is where I need to brake, this is where I need to get back on. And sometimes it works. I know I've used your broadcast, when you do your setups and everything. For my races, I try to mirror your get off and get on points, just to, you know, because they seem to work. And if anybody needs setups between Billy Holcomb, between Eagles, go on YouTube and look at that stuff, man. It'll help you improve. I just started the league a couple months ago, and using them. And
whoa, Sludge slammed the curb right there. Sorry to interrupt you. That was just interesting. His only mistake of the whole night costed him maybe 3/10.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, man, FTR is definitely a good league to get in. FTR is starting a C League next season for newer drivers. So anybody interested, come join FTR, run the C League, and they really help out. The A League guys have helped me out a lot with setups and learning, and now I know, all right, if the car's loose, adjust the track bar, or adjust this, or jack, you know what I mean? If I want to be looser, go down, you know what I'm saying? So the A-League guys really help out. The Eagles puts on some pretty good broadcasts, some pretty good tutorials on the tracks and whatnot. So, although I don't think you did one for Mid-Ohio yet, right? 1 lap left. This is the final lap. Your winner is going to be Sludge'em.
Sludge is dominating this race. He is leading this race in clear, dominant fashion. And is that it?
We got, yep, Sludge 1, Billy Holcomb 2, Robbie Racing 3, Dark Knight 4, Wide Open 5, and Portal Guy 6. Unless Wide Open drives off the track and loses the spot in the last second, but he's got enough of a gap to save it. No reason killing it for the top 5.
Should we get the top 3 in the chat for an interview?
Yeah, we can. It's early enough. It's only 9:30. This is a really nice short race, so yeah, we definitely pull all 3 in the booth.
We could probably get all 8 in here.
Yeah.
We'll just sit here, drink, throw a party in the broadcast booth.
So Portal's going to take up that 6th spot, and then Jay Tizzle's going to finish 7th, and obviously Typical's finishing 8th on some technical difficulties over there.
Because I'm going to make sure all 3 of them are in this chat and can join. Got 1. I think I need to add the other 2.
Did Sludge win last week? I don't remember.
No.
I think I had to stop broadcasting last week, so. Good race by them.
No,
good clean race.
We were at Charlotte, right? That would have been me, then Billy. I'm actually not sure where Sludge finished last week. Do you have Sludge friended?
I do. Let me back out.
Add him to this chat. Lap times and 1:17.6 by Sludge.
That's incredible. The closest was 1:18, almost a full second behind. We go ahead and add Sludge to this. I do not have Robbie. I do have Robbie. Okay, there you go.
Car. I do have more than one pace scheme. Interesting. Alright, so we got the top 3 finishers in the race in the broadcast booth. So, or we do now. So, we're going to go ahead and start with 3rd place finisher, Robbie Racing in the 6 car. Robbie, just walk me through your race, and Mid-Ohio is definitely not the easiest track, so to come home 3rd, good point stay for you. You and Billy had a great battle until some mistakes got in between you guys, and there was some gap between you two, but just walk me through the battling and the stage finishes and how you're able to come away with 3rd place.
Consistency was key, and you know, racing against Billy is always a blast, always has been and always will be. But I know that Billy's actually competing for the playoffs, so I weren't looking to interfere too much, just wanted to have a little play to keep my race entertaining. Mid-Ohio had a setup there, but I had to rebuild it today. But we've got some work to do on it, and some racing line to work on, but maybe a couple of months down the line, finally get those 117s. Congratulations, Sludge.
I will tell you, Robbie, pretty impressive from nose diving into the wall earlier in the race to finish in 3rd place. That's a heck of a comeback for you, man. So congratulations on that. Because it was, I thought that took you out, man. I was like, oh, that's rough. And then I thought you pitted a lap earlier, but it definitely worked out. Because I believe, were you a lap down on stage 1 at the finish?
Yeah, stage 1, I ended up connecting with Portal, and then I spun out. So I connected with Portal, had some damage, I had a red bumper and a yellow engine, so I pit, sorted it. And then on that lap, I hit the wall, red bumper, yellow engine, pit, sorted it.
Yeah, well, it worked out for you, man. So, you know, thankfully it was such a small field, not much to really march through, but you were able to do it, because I had almost counted you out, being that you're not a super aggressive driver when it comes to, you know, fighting for. You won't push a guy out of the way for the spot, so you know, to finish 3rd is impressive, man. Good job on that. Congratulations.
Appreciate it, bud. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Congratulations, Robbie. 3rd place finish tonight. But we're gonna move on to 2nd place finisher, Billy Holcomb. Billy, just walk me through your race. You seem to finish in the top 2 every other week. You won last week. I think we were at Charlotte last week, right? So you won last week, 2nd tonight. You're just racking up them points. I believe your points leader. So just walk me through your race and how you're able to come home to 2nd.
Yeah, I had a pretty decent car tonight. I throwed some different gears in it, and the gears I was running before was a little bit too slow. I didn't have a takeoff, so I'd been playing. I knew the setup was pretty good, so I just started playing around with the gears, and I knew coming in Sludge was going to be fast. I run with him all week, and I just couldn't get to that 117 mark, and he was pretty consistent with it. So I knew if I could just keep my car clean and don't get into any kind of trouble or anything, I could probably come away with a top 3, and that's just what I did, man. Just tried to ride, be consistent, and I made a few mistakes a couple times, and it almost cost me, but it did in one stage. But I'm happy, man. That's it's Mid Ohio is a tough track, and it's I'm just happy to come away with second, man.
Yeah, we want the second's kind of the best spot to finish. The way Sludge had just driven away from the field, so I mean, I definitely seconds nothing to shake a leaf at here because there's so many spots you could overdrive a turn, and I think we saw you do it one time to actually lose the lead to Sludge. Did you feel when you were able to get the lead? Did you feel the pressure from him? So did your driving style change at all, or just kind of was it just cold tires?
No, I mean, obviously it's a little bit of pressure because I knew how fast he was, and I was thinking I always think ahead in the next corners, and I just missed the corner. I just overshot it, and I knew once he got around me, it was probably going to be over unless he just made a drastic mistake, and I started making a mistake or two after that, and he just kind of pulled on off. So hats
Yeah.
off to him. He had a super fast car. Robbie had a great car as well. I know he was fast because he was putting a little pressure on me too.
Yeah, it
And
was. We were waiting for that to complete and push you back a spot. We actually mentioned it's been you're usually a one or two finisher, and this might be if Robbie's able to make that pass to hold you off. You almost it was close.
Yeah,
a good race, good battle. One of the very few battles on the track tonight.
yeah. If I'd already said, if he got up beside me, I was just gonna let him go because I was pretty good in the points, and I knew I wasn't getting any playoff points, so I just wanted to try to finish as high as I could. But I wasn't gonna hold him up or anything. If he got to me, I was gonna let him go. So great race to him as well. So
Yeah, congratulations, man, on second place.
yeah,
And
thanks.
that kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier in the race there, Bubba. With Billy said he was going to let Robbie go. We talked a lot earlier in the race about driver etiquette and at a road course how important that really is. And like you just explained, you were going to let Robbie go, and you did let him go at one point. Robbie did get by you, like I think he beat you coming out of the pits. And it's just driver etiquette's a big key, especially at road courses. And that's something you and Robbie definitely both have. You guys had a great race together. You guys made several passes, and I don't think you guys touched once. So congratulations to finishing second, Billy. And we're gonna move on to the race winner.
All right, thanks, man.
Yep, Sludge, another dominating road course win for you. This
We'll
is
call
not
that
your
one a
first.
clinic.
Yeah, definite dominating win for you, Sludge. I don't think this is your first road course win of the season. It's definitely not your first dominance performance of the year either. You're on the all-time leaderboard. You actually own the all-time leaderboard, and you were super fast in Mid-Ohio. You proved it tonight. Got yourself both stage wins and the race win. Walk me through your race, and how'd you come away with the win?
That was me.
See, we also talked about that too. If you get into somebody making a comment and saying, you know what, I apologize for it or what have you, and so we just proved that point a couple things tonight. Yep. and then it was just clear sailing from there.
Yeah,
you had the best view of the night. I mean, the only person to see you on the track for the most part was Jay Tizzle when you put him a lap down. So. Nice.
Well, congratulations, Sludge. Another win for you. That definitely racks up some playoff points for you, as I believe you lead the playoff point battle now. You won both stages. You won the race. That you got yourself a bunch of playoff points tonight. So you really couldn't ask for much more. You won everything there was to win tonight. So congratulations on your win, dominating performance. Congratulations on Robbie and Billy, second and third place tonight. If there's anything else anybody wants to add, go ahead. And
as you know, Sludge, since you've been in this position several times this year, Kansas next week. What are your predictions? Okay. Billy, you got anything to say about that?
What's up? I'm sorry.
Sludge has you walking away with a victory at Kansas next week. What do you got to say?
Nah. I'm just gonna, in GC, when I ran there in GC, I think it was the first race of the season or whatever. I had a really good car. I mean, it handles, it don't eat tires, it's fast. So we just have to see. I mean, you don't ever know. I mean,
any given Sunday, right?
We'll just have to wait and see.
That's the infamous Billy Holcomb line. We're gonna have to wait and see. Yes, sir. Well, that's all I got. What about you, Eagles?
I believe I said everything I had to say. If there's anything anybody else, Billy, Robbie, Sludge, is there anything anybody else wants to add to the broadcast before we close out?
It worked.
I just want to say thanks to you, Bubba, and you Eagles, for doing the broadcast tonight. Eagles, I'd rather had you racing, but doing the broadcast for us tonight when we didn't have one is fine by me. And I just want to appreciate everybody for tuning in. You really don't want to miss next week, because next week is the regular season finale at Kansas. So you guys tune in next week, because it's going to be a great race. You're gonna see a
lot of vendettas and a lot of rivalries come to play next week.
Yes, sir.
The regular season closes out next week.
And I just want to say I appreciate everybody, Robbie, Sludge, everybody, you Eagles, Hardcore, everybody that comes and races with us every week. It's without you guys, it wouldn't be FTR. I just manage everything and try to put the best racing group I can together and try to do the right thing. But all the praise are to you guys for showing up every week, and I really appreciate it. So just really excited to get next season going. I think we're gonna have some good things. So
absolutely. And as you see, the league keeps growing, so people want to come race. These broadcasts help, so keep putting on good shows, boys, because it's working.
Thank you, guys.
All right, well, I believe that's going to do it. Glad to be back. It's been a while since I've done a broadcast for you guys here on the High Side Broadcasting YouTube channel. It's been a while. I'm glad to be back. I made a lot of stuttering mistakes tonight. That sucks. I haven't done one in a couple months, so I'm glad to be back. It definitely it feels good, because I used to do this every week. At one point, I was doing it twice a week. So just glad to be back. They put on a great race tonight for a road course, and 7 guys racing. They definitely put on the best show they could have. It definitely was anything but boring. But so next one, guys, peace out. Appreciate you guys for watching. Peace out.
Y'all have a good one.